And we are back with the last question from our members. Ron, once we have gone to redemption and are beginning our projects, is there any help we can give to LWS to support the start of the programs by assisting in their implementation? In other words, will there be teams of LWS people to help in getting LWS going?
It's a good question, and I appreciate where you're coming from in kind of helping to share the load. Here's the way it's going to work. As a humanitarian, and you receive funds for your projects, you implement your projects using the Loved One Society's programs. You're the one that will be implementing it for yourself. I will be implementing it for myself, and I will be doing things similar to you using the Loved One Society programs. So please understand that Loved One Society is a structure that you can use to enhance your abilities to do your projects. That's what it's all about. And I'm going to be doing the same thing you're going to be doing with the Loved One Society programs. We won't need other people to help us or a group of people to help us. The only exception to that would be the Loved One Industries, which will be in charge of the ESS program and the international commodity clearinghouses. Those are things that need to be organized, and if you want to participate in that, it will be by memorandum of understanding, similar to what we've been talking about tonight. There's no punishments. This is what we will do, and this is what you do. And if you want to get involved in that sort of thing, then there will be that memorandum of understanding that you will need to sign so that you can, because the Loved One Industries, the ESS program has to be organized a specific way, and it has to be dealt with everybody that wants to be involved with it doing the same thing. Otherwise, it will fail. It will totally fail. If you make an appointment with, if you sign a contract or a memorandum of understanding of with somebody that some corporation that you want to buy everything that they produce and sell it on your own terms, and you go out and try and do it all by yourself, what about somebody else that's doing similar thing with a different company? It has to be organized, and you're certainly welcome to do those kinds of things, but you have to be under a contract or an agreement, memorandum of understanding with Love One Industries. And we do have an individual who has been chosen by the alliance to be in charge of the Love One Industries. So I'm hoping that you can understand there are some things that we can do together and some things that we just have to do on our own. CACs, how do you organize the CAC? People will get together and they'll say, "Well, I my director is going to do this and all that sort of stuff," and that's fine. That's not a problem. But it's a CAC program that is the boots on the ground in the community that they're set up in, and those are the people. Those directors in charge of the CAC program will be the ones to interface with all that's happening in the newness of the governance. They won't have the money to have their own fire departments, city, county, state, whatever. They won't have the money to do all that because they're not getting money. They're getting sales tax. There's 17% sales tax. I think 14 for the feds and 3% for the state, the cities, and the counties. That's the way that I see things. Are we going to help with that? Yes, that's our job as community as this community assistance centers. That's what we do. we'll pay for the firefighters and the police and the EMS and the snow plows in the wintertime, the Department of Transportation. All of the things that they have now will have to be done through a different source because there's no source that pays for those things anymore once NESARA is implemented, and you don't get all of the free money that you've been getting as a county and a state and cities, or even in communities, just small communities. There's not the money. We are the ones that have the money. We have all the money in the world to do the right things for these communities. So we will all be implementing them together. And I believe that through the Spirit and each individual learning to receive revelations for themselves from this Spirit, they will be the ones that will be called upon, because they're the ones who you can say, is this a good person for a director in my certain CAC, my uh, Grosse Park CAC? And find out what the Alliance says. They've told me that these people will come out of the woodwork already prepared because they have a life commitment to this already that they're not fully aware of. They have been minutely prepared to do the things that we need them to do. We just need to know from the Spirit that this is the right one for that area. So that's where we are. That's what we're going to do. That's what Loved One Society is all about. And our service to mankind will bring forth the golden age of mankind. That's up to us. Let's just prepare ourselves so that we can do the best job we possibly can. That's kind of my closing statements. So I hope you will enjoy it.
Thank you, Ron. That was a wonderful wrap up, and that concludes our Series 25 for now, and we will be back next week with more questions from our members. Good night, and thank you for everybody.
Okay.